a Hebrew nugget. It comes from a book entitled The Negro in the New World by Sir Harry Hamilton Johnston. He lived between 1858 and 1927. His publication date was 1910. And he included pictures. And this is one of the things that upset a lot of people at that time. But anyway, on page 27, he was talking about the Elamites. And of course, the Elamites is who I believe the Persian kingdom came from, part of the Persian kingdom came from the Elamites, or what we would call Iran or today. And it states in this text, it says that the Elamites of Mesopotamia appear to have been a Negroid people with kinky hair, and to have transmitted this racial type to the Jews and the Syrians. There is a curliness of the hair together with a Negro eye and full lips in the portraiture of Assyria, which conveys the idea of evident Negro element in Babylonia. All right, so he makes this comment in this book, and he talks about the Elamites of Mesopotamia. And he says they have, the Negroid people with kinky hair and lips. And he makes the statement that they seem to have transmitted this to the Jews and the Assyrians. And this is where, terminology, you have to watch the terminology, because he's talking about that the Elamites transmitted this to the Jews and the Assyrians, not really looking at it from a biblical perspective, because in Genesis 10:22, it says that the children of Shem, which Shem is one of the three brothers that came from Noah after the flood. The children of Shem were Elam. This is where the Elamites come from. And Asher, this is where the Assyrians come from. And Arphaxad, which is where the Hebrew people end up coming from. So when we look at Elam and Asher and Arphaxad, these are full-blood brothers. And if Elam, the Elamites, or Negro people with kinky hair, then he didn't have to transmit this racial type to anybody. But he was what he's admitting through this is that the Elamites, which came from Elam, and the Jews, which came from Arphaxad, and the Syrians, which came from Asher, all have Negroid features. So it's just an admittance of the cultural aspect. So I put a couple of pictures in here in this book. Of course, you can see the pictures that he's got in here, and then to your right, this is actually off from the palace in Persia, I believe, and these are the Elamites. And as you can see, they got the curly hair, the dark skin, and the one on the right, I know I used it in the Negroland series. The same thing, pointing to the Elamites. And so, like I said, if Elam, the Elamites came from Elam, they were Negroid. The Assyrians came from Asher, they were of Negroid type. And Arphaxad, this is where the children of Israel came from, and he was of the Negro type as well.